So what's up guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Wisdom right here. I'll be doing a trade breakdown of how I was able to catch this 1:8.83 ricochet watch on USDPY and my current buy trade on XAU USD. That's good. So like I promised you guys here, I'll be doing a beginner to pro um section with you guys on YouTube, where I'll be teaching you guys how to trade from common market structure to the advanced market structure in SMC. So for most of you guys that cannot really afford my mentorship here, so you do well to help yourself so that we will all level up in 2026. So let's dive into what we have today on USD GPY. So on USD GPY, let me take away all this drawing here. All right, on USD JPY, I actually started the analysis from the daily time frame. So what am I actually seeing on the daily time frame? On the daily time frame here, price was actually approaching this supply right here. Price actually tapped into this supply right here. Price tapped into this supply point of interest right here on USD JPY. Then I was really expecting price to actually sell on USD JPY. But if you actually take notice here, there's actually what we call price intent, price intention to actually say or buy. If you actually take notice right here, we had this supply right here. So if USDJPY was actually going to sell, it will actually come and take out this supply. Then we will actually start anticipating for a reversal to the downside if actually this demand was actually taken out. But in this scenario, price did not actually take out the demand. Price did not actually take out the demand. Price actually came and respected this demand on the daily time frame. Price came, respected this demand on the daily time frame. So if price actually respect this demand, the next if price respect this demand, the next buy side liquidity will actually be this swing high right here on the daily time frame. Will be this high right here on the daily time frame, because we know we all know the concept of liquidity. Price target highs and lows, right? So since price respected this guy, we all know that the next liquidity target will actually be this high right here. So we know that we are actually very much bullish on USD from daily time frame. So let's go to like the 4-hour time frame to reach price action, to read the data we have. All right, so on USD JPY, so immediately price taps into this guy, then we had this sells to this downside until price actually came for this daily demand point of interest. Daily demand point of interest. So immediately price came for this daily demand point of interest. You could see price actually engineer liquidity for this demand to actually hold. Price actually engineer liquidity on this time frame, and as you guys could see, price actually retraced, came back to take this low as the engineer liquidity for this um buys to actually work. Then we actually know that we will definitely be buying to these highs on the daily time frame. So let's scale down to like the 2 hours to see what price actually did there. All right, on the 2 hours, we still had this nice demand right here on the 2 hours. Let's check 1 hour here. All right, so on the 1 hour time frame, you could see this demand is still very much active. We are actually had a reaction from this demand, and as you guys could see, nearly price actually came. Price actually engineered liquidity at this region, guys. Price engineered liquidity at this region, then came to take it out. Then price actually came, tap into this guy, and still takes this guy out, So immediately price actually take this guy out. This low automatically becomes a protected level. Let me use my line for a better view for you guys. I actually had this guy here from this guy, but we could just say price actually um reacted off this guy. Yeah, but basically is this huge demand right here. But since this other demand is still inside that demand, we are still good to go. Or rather, let's just pick the demand here. So pick the demand for clarity's sake. All right, so you could see price actually taps into this guy, making this guy now a protected level. You could see price tapped into this guy. And if you take like your 2 hour time frame, you could see we had this nice demand right here. The demand actually still came with a fair value gap, right here, with a fair value gap right here. And as you guys could see, price actually came and give us an internal change of character around this place. Then we now know that we are actually bullish on USD JPY. We had our internal change of character around this region. We had our internal change of character around this region. Then, as you guys could see, price actually came and take this main high, which actually indicate that we are actually very much bullish on USD JPY. This guy indicates the main change of character for the buys. So we now have a new change of character, and as you guys know, if price actually creates a change of character, the next thing for price to do is to break structure to the upside. So here will be the next break of structure to the upside. The next break of structure to the upside. So you guys could see price actually is expanded from the daily demand and gave us this more like a confirmation for that demand on 2 hours time frame. So you could see price actually came and gave us an inducement around this region. So this inducement, the main purpose of inducement is to actually induce early buyers in the in the market. So actually induce early buyers in price. So most people will be wanting to take trade from this guy. Then they'll be targeting maybe this high as their liquidity target. But you could see price actually give them a 1:3 and then reverse to hit their to take them out. Because this guy was actually the main low before the last low before this main low. So this guy automatically becomes our inducement for the trade. So this guy automatically becomes our inducement for the trade. And as you guys could see, price actually came, reacted from this guy, came and take this guy out, then tap into our demand point of interest. And that was how we were able to catch this trade from this guy right here. I actually sent you guys this trade on my Telegram here from you guys, because I sent you guys this trade from when price was just tapped into this demand point of interest. So price actually came here, then we had these two highs right here. I actually know that if price actually come take out this by break of structure, this is like a 1:5 freak ratio. But if you leverage well on your accounts, you definitely be in for a lot of money from just this trade. So this is just like my A plus setup in trading smart money concept. Yeah. Then the main goal or purpose of this buy is actually from this daily highs that we actually knew that price would definitely go take out if price actually really respected the daily demand that was at this region. So that was how we were able to catch this a 1:8 trade on USD JPY. So check let's read price action for XAU. So well, this are basically XAU. This basically XAU. I think last week I took some couple of sorry, some couple of trade. So I'll clean my chart now to do like the trade breakdown of how I was able to come up with all of that. So let's start from the 4 hour time frame on XAU USD. All right, so what's on the 4 hours? All right, so on the four on from the daily, all right, let's take from like the daily time frame. But from the daily time frame, we had this very huge fair value gap that I was really expecting price to come few before the expansion to this new all-time high here. Because I was really expecting price to get to this all-time high. And so I really anticipate for price to come deep into this daily fair value gap, then we could have the expansion to the upside. But price did not really come back for the fair value gap. Maybe after the main purpose of the buys has been accomplished at this all-time highs, then we could have a retracement back to this fair value gap for the next expansion to probably the upside. So this basically from the daily time frame. So if you go down to like the 4 hour, the H4 time frame, or the H4 time frame, the fair value gap was probably still there. So you just refine the fair value gap. Then we had this low right here that I really thought that price will just come take out before we have the likely expansion to the upside. So since price refused to come for this um our daily time frame, then we just work with price data that we have on XAU. All right, so immediately this was like the last week price action that I really missed out on this guy because I wasn't really on the chart here. Because I wasn't really on the chart. So this basically after we have this expansion to the upside, then we had this retracement. So most people will be wanting to take this trade from this other block. But mind you, this other block does not have liquidity. There's a saying that if you can't spot liquidity on any setup, you are definitely the liquidity. And as you guys could see, the price actually take this other block and still went in your direction here. So this guy was actually the inducement for, I think there was more like a hidden base around this region. It was like a hidden base on probably the 15 minutes time frame. Let's check it out. All right. There was actually this demand right here on the 15 minutes time frame. That price actually did came and respected before pushing to the upside. So this guy automatically becomes the inducement for this demand right here on XAU. So immediately price actually tapped into this guy. Then we had this expansion to the upside. Then we had this expansion to the upside. But following the main narrative on XAU, we are currently bullish on XAU here. So you do not want to be anticipating for sales or on XAU on the long term. All you need to do is just to anticipate for buys on XAU. So going down to like the 1 hour time frame, then we had this big demand right here. The price that was really expecting price to come and buy off this guy, of this demand zone right here. So if you really really refine your entry, you discover that we have a key level right here. We had a key level right here. So most people actually longed XA from this key level right here. And this guy was their liquidity, which they were actually right on this particular trade. This guy was their engineered liquidity. So if you don't really know what liquidity is all about, um just turn on your notification and wait for my newbie to beginner class on YouTube. So their stop loss will definitely be below this invalidation zone here. Then they'll be targeting these highs as their take profit, because I was literally waiting for gold to come to this highs, because this high is probably the next buy side liquidity if this demand is going to hold. Yes, so this is basically 1:6 RR trade on XA, but I did not really take this trade because I was expecting to get a confirmation, which price actually did print a confirmation, but it was on the 3 minute and the 1 minute, and I don't really go deep into 1 minute or 3 minute often. So I really did not carry this main move on XA here. But I got a re-entry, but I do got stopped out. So going down to like the 30 minute on XA here, then we had this guy, then we had this key level right here that price did react from, and this guy was the inducement, right? So if you like go down to like the 1 minute time frame, we had like a hidden base around this guy that price do use for this guy. I think Tony Ike actually caused these buys on XAU from I think the 1 minute time frame, but I don't really, sorry guys, I don't really look in deep into like the 1 minute time frame on XAU here. On XAU, it was actually a very nice trade though, but I wasn't really in for that year. So immediately price actually respected this big demand. We had our change of character at this region. Immediately price takes this high. We had our change of character. Then this actually confirm the buys on XAU USD last week. Yeah? We had our change of character around here. Then the next target should be at this guy for after a change of character, we expect a break of market structure to the downside. So actually causing on a trade from this guy, but I actually got stopped out. But the trade actually played out on futures though. And so on 5 minutes time frame here, we had price. We had this guy. I think this guy is kind of a mitigation zone. This guy is kind of a mitigation zone. Or what is that stuff even called? So like I actually picked my entry from the 5 minute time frame. Okay, so this was Tony Ike's entry here, which was actually a very valid entry from the 5 minutes. So this guy becomes his inducement for the trade, and it was actually a nice trade from this zone right here. So I actually wanted to get in on this trade from this demand right here, but I got stopped out because this demand right here was actually a nice demand, and this guy was the inducement for the demand. So I really did not expect price to come below this guy because this guy has already been mitigated, and we don't expect price to come back to an unmitigated zone anymore. So I actually went for a long position from this guy, and my stop was below this guy, and I was targeting that these highs as my take profits. So it's actually 1:11 that actually failed. Then I expected a re-entry from this guy because I expect price to come take out this sell side liquidity, then tap into this other block. Then tap into this other block for the buy continuation, which price did not really get in, but on futures, price did actually tap into that point of interest. And I was targeting still these highs as the take profit target here. So it's actually 1:11 risk reward, but I still got missed out. But most people will probably map from this liquidity from this fair value gap here, and their stop would be below this guy, which is actually a very nice thing to do if you don't really want to be missing out on most of this thing. But I don't really trade fair value gaps, so their take profit will stay at this guy. So this actually 1:5 risk reward, which is actually a very clean trade, a very clean trade on XAU USD, a very clean and nice trade from XAU USD. But your stop should be at this place of this invalidation zone from this below this other block, because price could just come tap into this other block before moving. So you will not, because of tight stop loss, get stopped at and price still goes in your direction. So this is actually a very nice trade, but I do actually missed out on this. Then we had price take out this high. Since price actually takes out this high, the origin that caused this break of structure was actually this unmitigated point of interest around this guy, which is actually this demand right here. So I actually did actually take this trade, but I got stopped out on break even because my rule was after 1:3 risk reward, I break even on the trade. But I do actually got stopped out on this particular one before price actually move in my direction on next day. So last week was a bit chaotic for me. So this actually the next week, because immediately price takes this buy side liquidity, which is actually a break of structure after this change of market character. We expect price to still come and take out this high as the next liquidity target, because we all know that price moves from liquidity to liquidity. Daily price take a high, price will go for another low to take that low, then go for another high. That is just the layman explanation of liquidity. Daily price will take a high, retrace back down to take a low. If price takes a low, the next liquidity target will be another high. So if this high is taken, price will definitely come give us a pullback, retrace, and come back to take this low as the next liquidity. If this low is taken, the next liquidity would be this high. So price literally moves from liquidity to liquidity. So if you don't really know how liquidity concepts work, you could actually enroll for my mentorship. I will explain better, or you wait for the free YouTube YouTube beginners who pray. I'll definitely explain that on that playlist. So did um price actually did like a 1:5 here. Sorry, a 1:8 risk reward. But I was heavy on the trade down. I knew price would definitely go to this might take profit here. So this basically 1:18 risk reward. It's kind of very big here. So if you actually risk 0.5% of your account on this trade, you really be in for a lot of money. But I got stopped out on break even before price still went in my direction. So last week was literally very crazy for me. Yeah? So I got stopped out on break even. Most people actually advise for you to use a big loss, a very big stop loss, which I'm not really against. So your stop loss could be somewhere here, and this is actually a 1:8 that still actually played out well. So mainly price actually takes this low. So the concept is actually very simple. Don't complicate things for yourself here. Daily price takes this low. If you go down to like the 15 minutes time frame, right? On the 15 minutes time frame, we had this demand right here. We had this demand right here. But mind you, this demand is not really complete, because we had this nice order block right here. And if you actually enroll for my mentorship, you actually have seen me talked about this order block, this particular type of order block, if price close above this buy candle, you will actually be mapping out the whole of this candle as your entry. The whole of this candle as your entry. I actually learned about the other block from TechReader. So you definitely will be mapping the whole of this as your entry on XAU. So you could see price actually take out this buy side liquidity. Price retrace back down and created this low, and basically created this low. Then we had this high as the next high. on XAU USD. Okay, price literally take the high before coming back to tap into our point of interest. So the next high is definitely this guy. So I still got stopped out at break even, still on this run because it was actually more like a bull and bear tug of war on this trade. So this was actually a one issue tree. But if you go down to like lower time frame, you actually refine this into more like it's kind of risky though, but if it actually played out well, it's actually worth the risk. We had a breaker block at this region, which actually pick as my entry. We had a breaker block at this region. If you actually skip to like the line chart, you actually see that we have a very nice A shape around that region. So we had this breakout block around this region. Then this breakout block actually came down, actually has a very nice liquidity low right here, which actually indicates the buy side, which actually indicates the buy because there was literally no unmitigated point of interest around here. We could actually say we want to use this demand because it's actually a protected demand, but it has been mitigated and price barely come for POI that is mitigated. So we had this guy right here. Your stop will be below this guy because I literally love using type stop loss. Most of the time, it doesn't plays out well, but when it actually do play out, it's actually a very nice one. So price actually did like a 1:11 on this trade. Then it reversed to hit my break even on this trade. But it's actually a nice trade. So most people that actually have a fixed risk reward, most people say any setup that they see price give them a 1:5, they are out of the trade. It's kind of actually cool because if I really want to go out on this trade because I actually got a sell on this trade too. I will actually exit on this trade from this other block right here because price could actually reverse from this guy. So in case you are really learning from this thing, you can actually exit your trade from any zone that might actually threaten your break even from literally a supply which is actually few pips close to your take profit here. It doesn't really count. So immediately price came and started reacting from its supply. Then I literally knew that supplies are really in control till a buy side liquidity is being taken. So price actually did came and start reacting from this guy. Then price actually reacted from this supply right here. So this guy was actually the more like the internal change of character for these cells on XAU. XAU actually has a very nice price action. That's literally why I trade good a lot. So we had this internal change of character around this region. Then we had this low right here. Then we had this low right here. So if you're a type of person that actually trade counter trend, this could have actually been a very nice trade for you on XAU USD. Your stop will be above this guy. Then you'll be targeting any of these lows as your take profit. Let's say you're targeting these lows as your take profit. So you'll be targeting this low as your take profit. So this is basically a 1:9 risk reward on XAU, which price actually did hit your take profit. But it took longer time here, but it still hit your take profit at the end of the day. So this is actually another trade idea on XAU. Since I missed out on this one, I actually wanted to go for the short really bad because most of my trade were actually hitting break even on all of those stuff here. So I saw this guy. Then I saw this guy. But if you check like the 15-minute time frame, you see that mitigation rule here, price already mitigated a demand zone, right? Sorry, a fair value gap below this guy. So the next place that price should be interested in is literally this guy. So this guy was actually the confirmation, but I did not really get in on this guy. So I waited for price to give me like the narrative that price is literally selling. So price actually takes this low, then I literally know that we are actually selling on XAU. Then if you actually take a very good look at my screen right here, we have this high. So if price actually takes this high, the next liquidity target should be this low, or this other main low, or this other main low. So I was really convinced about this sell narrative that price started printing on the 5 minutes time frame. The 5 minutes time frame. So if you actually go back to your line chart, you see that we have a very nice V shape around this guy. And V shape most of the time indicates key levels, or breaker blocks. Key levels or breaker blocks. So if you actually come, we have this nice key level right here that actually overlaps the fair value gap. So this was actually where I got in on the sales from. On the sales from. My stop was just few pips above this fair value gap, but it did not really cover this demand because I knew that price will definitely react from. I knew price would definitely react from the nearest point of interest to liquidity. So this is like the 1:8 ratio on XCU. This was like my, so price actually did give me like a 1:5. Then price came back to hit my break even around this guy. Then went straight to my take profits. So last week was really a very crazy week for me though. But this trade actually did play out well. But I cannot really bend my trading rules because of price actions and all of those stuff. See. So we had this trade idea on this guy. And as you guys could see, I literally talked about this protected supply, but protected supply. Then I told you guys that price would not really be interested in this guy because price have already dipped into this guy. But since price actually did all the whole buy narrative, then started selling, price actually came back down and literally tapped into this guy before the main move started yesterday. Because this guy is actually a protected demand, a protected zone. Mind you, protected zones are actually very strong zones that price literally comes back for. Protected zone, actually really strong zone that price really, literally do come back for. So immediately price take this guy. Then I had my internal change of character around this region. Then I knew we might definitely go for this all-time highs very soon. But mind you, we had this high right here that I see expect price to actually go take out here on XAUUSD. So immediately price actually tapped into this guy. Then price created a confirmation for the buys around this region, but this zone was literally very big. So I wanted a this zone was literally very big. So I wanted more like a confirmation or more like a continuation entry. But price still gave me a confirmation that price is literally ready to actually buy from this zone. Because if I actually hop on this buy, my first take profit will be at this guy, which is actually 1:5. Then second take profit will be at this all-time highs, 1:6. It's actually a very beautiful ratio though. But since price actually get there and price actually came and created this demand right here, I think when this move happened, I was literally sleeping. So price actually came and created this other block that has a fair value gap inside this point of interest. Then I literally knew that price is literally buying. I literally knew that price was going to buy. So I went for my long around this side. I think I sent this trade to one of my friend here. Price was literally came for this guy. Then my stop was few pips below this guy. Then I was targeting an all-time highs for this trade. Then I told you guys, if you actually get a re-entry, I'll send it for you guys. We did get a re-entry, but I was kind of busy with work outside with this stuff. So I'm literally still on this trade. I'm literally still on this trade, but I'll be my take profit will be at this guy, which is actually 1:9, which is rewards. And I hope it actually played out well. Price really give a confirmation for the buys or a re-entry for the buys. Because gold price action. I really called this guy. I set limit. Third price I've already left my dictated my limit for more like the re-entry. So we had this demand right here. We had this demand right here. And mind you, this demand too has an inducement. The price did came take out before the push to the upside. But my limit was not really triggered at first from this zone. Then we had an expansion to the upside. So when price actually came towards this guy, then I deleted my limit. Then price actually came and retest this demand before this main push to the upside. Before this main push to the upside. So this is literally price action for XAUUSD out of last week. So next week I'm still expecting more of buys to the upside from probably this demand right here. This demand right here. Because it will be mitigated, but mind you, this demand is actually protected demand. So I'm very much confident on this demand. If I get a re-entry, I could still go or possibly add a position on my entry because this guy is actually protected demand. And if you actually look, it's like the one like more like the 30-minute time frame, we would see that we had 1 hour. We see we had a fair value gap at this region. Then price should actually come tap to this fair value gap. Then we could have the buys to the upside. We could have the buys to the upside, something like this from next week. So thanks for watching this trade breakdown. Do please like, share and subscribe for my next video. So see you guys in the next one.